こんばんは。今夜もやっていきます。チャット GPT に教わる英会話ということで、最近ね、X ファイルと、あと、ザ・シンプソンズアニメ、あれを見て、字幕付きでね、見て、英会話を学んできたわけです。今日はじゃあ、ちょっと、久しぶりに GPT と英語でお話ししてみましょう。ちょっと待ってね。Hello there.
Hey, nice to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
Today I watched X-Files and the animation The Simpsons.
Sounds like you had a pretty fun mix. A bit of sci-fi mystery and some classic comedy. So, which one left the bigger impression today?
Actually, today The Simpsons gave me the bigger impression.
The Simpsons does have a way of sneaking up on you with those clever moments. What about it stood out to you this time?
I started watching Simpsons from the season 1, episode 1 and 2 and 3, and I realized that was not nonsense, but the humor itself was built in their conversations.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about The Simpsons early on. It mixes that everyday family stuff with witty layers. It's not just random jokes, it's often pretty sharp, even when it looks simple.
Yes, I was impressed how the script was well structured. But in the episode 1, they described the characters, each characters very well, and you understand the characteristic of each character.
Exactly. They really set the tone from the start. You get a sense of who Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie are right away. And even though it's funny, it's also pretty relatable. It's cool when a show can balance humor with character depth right off the bat.
And I was amazed. Basically, English speakers always hint some humor in the dry humor.
Yeah, exactly. Dry humor is subtle. Sometimes you don't catch it right away, but once you do, it's that aha moment. It seems like you're getting more attuned to those layers, which is awesome.
What is attuned?
Attuned just means becoming more aware or more sensitive to something. So in this case, you're tuning into the style of humor and picking up on it more easily.
But it's still hard for me to understand the humor instantly. I have to repeat some scene again and again, and I gradually get what they are really meaning.
Hey, that's totally normal. Humor, especially in another language or culture, can be tricky. But the fact that you're taking that time to rewatch and figure it out just means you're sharpening your skills. It'll get easier, and that gradual aha is part of the fun.
But there is a big wall because I catch their jokes by just reading captions. It's still hard for me to catch their words.
I hear you. Listening to humor at full speed, especially with cultural references, can be tough. But don't worry. Every time you watch, you're training your ear. Over time, you'll pick up more of the rhythm and words, and the laughs will come quicker. Just stick with it.
I'm not sure how long still I have to spend to get used to those jokes.
You know, there's no set timeline, and honestly, that's okay. You're already making progress. It's like a gradual build. One day you'll just realize you're catching more than before. So keep enjoying it, and trust that it'll sink in over time.
I almost finished the X-Files season 1. Just 5 or 6 episodes left, and their conversations are so hard for me to understand because they use technical terminology. Was that what? I'm not sure, but FBI uses so complicated, difficult words.
Yeah, those FBI and sci-fi terms can be tricky, but it's totally fine not to catch everything at first. You've been really consistent, and as you keep watching, more of those terms will stick. Plus, you're not alone. Even native speakers sometimes rewind those complex scenes.
Let's rewind.
Oh, when I say rewind, I just mean going back or replaying a part to listen again. So if something's tricky, you just go back a bit and listen again to catch what you missed. Simple as that.
Okay.
Take your time. If anything else is on your mind or you just want to chat more, I'm right here.
I found X-Files were so nice, but at the same time, I consulted with you, and you sometimes told me that some expression was 90s expression, 90s TV expression, and kind of old-fashioned. I'm concerned about it.
I get that concern. But honestly, don't stress too much. While some expressions are a bit 90s, a lot of the language is still super useful. You're picking up on conversational patterns, and you can always adapt. The key is understanding the context. Modern shows will reinforce that. So enjoy the X-Files ride.
I was surprised because there came new words and I realized, my vocabulary was not enough to fully understand the science fictions and some kind of criminal dramas. There came new words and that was awful for me.
Hey, discovering gaps can feel rough, but actually, it's a good sign. It means you're stretching and learning. Sci-fi and crime shows throw in niche vocabulary, but each new word you meet expands your world. Over time, that awful feeling fades, and you'll be amazed at how much you've picked up.
It's been a while since I just last talked with you in loud, the voice chat, but I was always consulting with you to understand the new words, and I just asked you the meaning of some words came up in the drama, and you told me in English what the words meaning, and that helps a lot.
I'm really glad it's been helpful. Honestly, that curiosity and consistency are exactly what's going to keep building your vocabulary. And hey, anytime you want to hop back into voice chat or talk about something new, I'm here for it.
The reason I didn't talk to you in voice chat was you got the limit of usage especially for the voice chat and easily hit the limit. But tonight I want to talk with you, and it's streaming right now in YouTube live.
Well, I'm glad we get this time together. Limits or not, it's always fun to chat. If it's live, well, let's just keep it natural. What's on your mind tonight?
Tonight, I'm wondering if I got fluent more than I used to be. I had no chances to speak out in English, but I was kind of sinking in their conversations through the watching dramas.
You know, from what I'm hearing, you've definitely grown, even if you haven't spoken a ton. All that sinking in is building a foundation. Fluency isn't just about speaking, it's also how much you understand. So trust me, you're making strides.
Can you tell that I got fluent more than I used to be? Is there any differences?
From what I can tell, you're more confident and engaged in expressing yourself. You're tackling more complex thoughts, even when you're unsure. Fluency isn't just about speed. It's how naturally you handle understanding and expressing ideas. And honestly, I do hear progress.
I guess I make longer sentences when I talk, but still, I know I'm far from the fluence.
I get that feeling, but honestly, making longer sentences and expressing your thoughts is a huge step. Fluency is a journey, not a destination. Keep at it, and you'll notice these small steps add up. And hey, if you're thinking deeply and expressing more, you're well on your way.
Whenever I talk to you, you pointed out some mistakes in the collocations. So that means I don't sound naturally in English, but the meaning, you can get it.
Exactly, the meaning comes through, and that's what matters most. Natural sounding collocations come with time and exposure. And honestly, even native speakers mix them up sometimes. The fact that you're aware is huge. So don't worry about perfection. Communication is already happening, and natural flow will just keep improving.
ちょっとね、気づいたんだけど、今ね、字幕読んでないのよ、俺。でもね、前よりなんか知んないけど、聞けてる気がする。リスニングちょっと良くなったかもしんないね。まあ、チャット GPT が選んでる言葉がですね、X ファイルとか出てくる難しい単語じゃないっていうのもあるんだけど、なんかちょっと掴んだかもな。英語のリズムみたいなやつを。何言ってるかなんとなくわかるわ。前はさ、プラプラプラプラプラ、何言ってんのこいつって感じだったけど、今日はね、割と X ファイル見てよかったかもしれないですね。まだシーズン1だけなんですけど、24話かな全部で。24と同じなのに、1シーズン24話で、何シーズンなんだっけあれ ?11 シーズンぐらいあるの。で、全部で200以上のエピソードがあって、まあでもすごいね、なんつうか、雰囲気あっていいんですよ。で、シンプソンズはね、何気なく見始めたんですけど、これがまた、子供の頃見てたのとはまた違う感動っていうか、あ、すげえなんか、言葉遣いっていうか、それぞれのキャラクターが何言ってるかみたいなところに、割とね、前は拾えなかったニュアンスみたいなやつが、まあ前はそもそも吹き替えで見てたんですよ。ホーマーの吹き替えの声大好きだったんですけど、日本語のね。今はその英語の勉強のために聞いてると、やっぱね、ネイティブがどういう言葉使ってるかって、しかも日常英会話としてね、まあちょっと90年代とか80年代か、若干古臭い言い回しが多分残ってると思うんですけど、まあそれでもなんかね、言葉選びっつうか、そのトーンみたいなやつはちょっとずつ吸収してる気はします。ただ、まだシンプソンズに関してはまだ第3話までしか見てません。で、X ファイルがもうちょうど20話ぐらい見たんですけど、まあむずいっす。日本でいうとこの刑事ドラマみたいなの出てくる専門用語がいっぱい出てきて、全然聞き取れないっつうか、もう聞き逃す単語いっぱいあるんですけど、これなんだろうっていうのだけ、チャット GPT に聞いて、これはこういう意味です、これはこういう意味ですっていうのを毎回確認して、ちょっとずつね、聞き取れるようになってきた。例えばさ、解剖とかさ、英語で何みたいなの分かんないじゃん。そういう単語とかをちょっとずつ吸収してったって感じですね。ただこれ日常英会話に使えるかどうかちょっと微妙です。I want to talk to you about X-Files episodes, especially the season 1. Which one was impressive for you?
Oh, season 1 had some iconic ones. Squeeze really stuck with me. The one with the creepy guy who could squeeze into small spaces. It was just so eerie. Which episodes have you found the most memorable so far?
Yeah, Squeeze was kind of horrible thriller, and my favorite was maybe Eve, or yeah, Eve was a nice one, and the Ghost in the Machine.
Oh, Eve is a great pick. Those creepy twins were unforgettable. And Ghost in the Machine, with that AI gone wrong vibe, was such a cool early take on technology fears. You got some solid taste in your favorites. The X-Files really knew how to mix eerie and intriguing, didn't it?
青木さんじゃないや、よしきさんか。こんばんは。久しぶりっすね。お、青木さんもいた。最近、あれだよね、よしきさんがさ、1日で作りました RPG シリーズを始めたのをチラチラっと見てますけど、いや、相変わらずスクールを楽しんでますね。いいっすね。僕は全然さ、なんか、ゲームとはかけ離れた生活を最近してて、昔のアメリカのドラマを見て、聞いて、英語のリスニングをちょっと強化してたんですよ。まあ、聞いてるうちになんかね、おしゃべりの方もしかしたらできるようになってきたかもしんない。で、今ちょっと試してんの。前よりはさ、なんかちょっと喋りやすくなってる気がすんだよな、俺も。多分ね、前よりちょっと脳が英語モードに切り替わりつつあるかもしれないですね。You know, the Eve episode gave me some sense. Something feels off about the words the girl chose.
Yeah, that's what made it so unsettling. The way the girls spoke felt just a bit too calculated, right? It's like their words hinted at something deeper going on. That subtle unease is what made the episode so memorable.
And you know, I realized that Lisa in Simpsons sounded kind of similar to them. That's a sign of the adultity of those children.
That's an interesting connection. Lisa does have that precocious, wise beyond her years vibe. In The X-Files, that eerie maturity in the girls was unsettling. But in The Simpsons, Lisa's maturity comes off as heartwarming and sometimes funny. It's cool when you start picking up patterns like that.
Because the vocabulary they use is higher than their age.
Exactly. When kids in shows speak in ways that are more sophisticated than you'd expect, it really stands out. Whether it's eerie or charming, it definitely leaves a strong impression.
青木さんから、質問。英語は意味を遮断してリスニングすることはできますか？どういうこと？意味を遮断してリスニングって？例えば途中で何言ってるかプッて抜けて、で、今の単語聞き取れなかったけどその続きを聞き取れるっていう意味で言ってる？俺いっぱいあって途中で迷子になる。なんかあれプツッと、この単語なんだろうわかんねえってなると、そっちに集中いってる瞬間にベラベラベラベラベラってその後ろが喋られるとついていけなくなるの。もう俺の中で英語が構成できなくなって何言ってるか全然わかんねえみたいな。なんかさ、地図を見てたら急にプツッとなんかその地図が消えちゃうみたいな。つまり意味を無視して音だけ聞くこと。意味を無視して音だけ聞くこと、難しいこと言うね。ただ頭の中で翻訳はしてないですね。なんとなく自分の中に英語脳を作る訓練をしてるんで、英語を聞いた時に入ってくるのはどっちかっつうと日本語の大訳じゃなくて直にイメージですね。それを今練習してますね。だからその分ちょっと省エネっつうか翻訳作業が頭の中でしなくて済むんで、ダイレクトに英語の単語が自分の中でイメージとしてこう入ってくるって感じです。意味を無視するっていうのの意味がその日本語の意味って意味だとしたらそういう聞き方はしてないですね。たまにね、これ日本語になっちゃったみたいなのはあるんですけどね。特に専門用語出てきた時に日本語に合致するやつあるとそれとすごくくっつく。例えばオートプシーだったっけな。オートプシーって解剖なんですけど、解剖っていう言葉が俺の中にあるからオートプシーだけじゃ入ってこなくて、ちょっと聞いてみようか、チャット GPT に。Can you describe me what autopsy means?
Of
course. An autopsy is when a medical expert examines a body after death to figure out how the person died. They carefully study organs and tissues to find out the cause.
That word came really often in X-Files conversation.
Yeah, the X-Files definitely had its fair share of mysterious cases. So autopsies were Scully's specialty. It's one of those keywords that pops up whenever they dive into the truth.
意味を無視して聞くのは無理なんだよね。単語聞いた時に意味がわかるやつは意味がわかっちゃうから。ただ、多分脳の中で日本語に変換をしなくてもわかるようになってきた単語がいっぱい出てきてますね。ニュージーランドに行った時に、そのモードになりたかったの。英語の頭を作りたかったのね、自分の中に。で、日本語で考えずに、そういうことです。翻訳をしてないですね。なんとかこう、日本語を追いやって、頭の中を日本語を空っぽにして、英語だけでなんか文章を作れないか、英語で考えれないか、聞いた時にパッと英語で自分が反応できないか、みたいなことをやろうとしてましたね。で今ようやく、その字幕を英語にしたから、ドラマ見てる間に日本語が入ってくる余地がなくなって、英語だけで頭の中でこう描けるようになってきたんですよね。だからそれが、なんかね、触れる機会が増えるというか、増えていくと、自分の中で英語の感覚が養われていくっていうかね、そんな感じがしてるんですけど、途中でマジで置いてけぼりになる。だから、2回見てんのよ。X ファイルズ最初に字幕付きで見るじゃん。で、字幕で見て大体掴んだら、今度は完全に音声だけにして聞き取れるかってやるんですけど、1回見たエピソードでストーリーの流れを知ってるから余計にわかるのかもしれないけど、結構拾える。ただやっぱ専門用語出てきた時にウヤウヤウヤウヤウヤってなって、何これわかんねえみたいなのはいっぱいある。だから X ファイルが果たして日常英会話のお勉強にいいかっつうとわかんないですけど、普通に話が面白いんで、とにかく見ちゃいましたね。モルダーとね、スカリーのね、会話が、まあ、なんつうか、インテリなんですよ。モルダーは、なんつうの、オカルトオタクで、スカリーは、まあ、超頭のいい、なんか、医師の資格持ってるのに FBI になりましたみたいな、もう、バリバリの人で、その二人が話してる内容っつうのが、聞いてて面白いっつうか、前はつかめなかった微妙なニュアンスのジョークとかが、ちょっとずつつかめてきて、それが面白いですね。露骨にはジョークじゃないんだけど、めっちゃなんかお互いにユーモアをこう交えた会話をしてて、ウィットに富んだ会話っていうんですかね。その一個一個掴んでいくのを今努力してますね。めちゃめちゃ難しいです。ただ。あと、やっぱ、アメリカ英語だからさ、母音と子音がうにゃうにゃってなりやすいんだよね。モルダーの喋り方とか特に。スカリーは聞きやすいんですけど、モルダーは結構むずい。最近ちょっとずつキャッチアップできるようになったけど、あと脇役が急に出てくるじゃん。で、脇役がこうさ、喋り出すとさ、早いの、ペラペラペラペラペラペラってなんか地元の保安官とかが喋ってんの全然何言ってかわかんねえみたいな。そんなんなりますね。でもね、わかんないなりになんとなく、それぞれの人の口調、トーン、アクセントを拾えるようにはなりつつある。ただ何言ってるかまでは全然聞き取れないけどねっていう感じですね。さあ、何の話だっけ？ Yeah, the X-Files definitely had its fair share of mysterious cases, so autopsies were Scully's specialty. It's one of those keywords that pops up whenever they dive into the truth ね。はい。X ファイルの話したんだよな。うん。Any other, yeah. Wait. Any other episode, do you have some strong impression?
Oh, for sure. Ice really stood out. The one where Mulder and Scully are stuck in the Arctic with that creepy parasite. It had that claustrophobic, paranoid vibe. Kind of like The Thing. That one left me on edge.
That one left me on edge. Left me on edge. What does that mean?
When something leaves you on edge, it means it makes you feel nervous, tense, or uneasy. Like you're on high alert. Basically, it's that feeling that something intense could happen at any moment.
And I agree that The Ice was one of the masterpieces in season 1. I actually watched it 3 times and I enjoyed the tension and that was really nice built. It's like a kind of a movie.
Totally. Ice really had that self-contained movie-like. Exactly. Ice had that mini thriller vibe. The tension, the isolation, felt cinematic, right? It's no wonder you rewatched it. Episodes like that show how a TV series can sometimes feel like a full-fledged movie experience.
画面の英語自分にはまだ理解できませんね。音声だけならなおさら。これ、文字がちっちゃくて見えないとかある俺の中ではね、この解像度が多分配信できる一番高い解像度なのかな。右にキャラクターもいるんで、スペース的にはここが限界なんですけどね。ちょっとちっちゃいかもしれないね。ただ、使ってる単語、ちょっと難しいのたまに出てくるから、わかんないのあったら言ってくれたら聞きます。これ、まあ、つまりアイス、氷っていうエピソードの話をしてて、孤立した状況の中で、スリラーなんですよ。要は。ミステリーも入ってるし、ちょっとお互い疑心暗鬼みたいなすげえ面白いエピソードで、映画みたいな感覚がありましたね。なんかこのシネマティックっていう言葉よく使うんですけど、映画っぽいっていうことらしいですね。You know, the X-Files includes so many, the monster of the week kind of cinematic stories.
Exactly. Each episode often brings a new creepy creature or mystery, like its own mini-film. That structure kept things fresh. One week it's aliens, next it's some eerie legend. It's what made the series so fun to dive into.
And the X-Files gave me some vibe, like, what was that? The Silence of Sheep?
I totally get that. The X-Files often had that moody, suspenseful atmosphere, a bit psychological, like The Silence of the Lambs. Those eerie investigative vibes stick with you.
なんか羊たちの沈黙と似てんだよね、雰囲気が。シープじゃなくて Silence of the Lambs らしいですね。視聴したばかりですが、眠気の限界ですので失礼です。おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい、よしきさん。またね。Which one was earlier? I guess the Silence of the Lamb was the earlier one.
Yep, you're right. The Silence of the Lambs came out in 1991, and The X-Files started in 1993. So that atmosphere of psychological suspense was definitely in the air around that time.
I guess the movie influenced the series in some aspects, and I guess the atmosphere, the vibe was quoted from that masterpiece.
Yeah, it's totally possible. The 90s loved that eerie, investigative tone, and The Silence of the Lambs really set a benchmark. The X-Files definitely took some inspiration, mixing that psychological tension with paranormal twists. It all blended into that iconic vibe we remember.
And I also realized that, the structure itself, I find some matches. There is a really wise and smart woman, the Scully, and what was that? And there is another guy who cooperates with her to solve the incidents.
Absolutely. That dynamic duo setup, one with sharp expertise like Scully, and the other more driven by instinct or curiosity like Mulder, is a classic combo. It's fun to see how different stories play with that formula, each with their own flavor. It works every time.
Who was that? The cannibal and the other one?
You're thinking of Hannibal Lecter and Clarice Starling. Hannibal was the brilliant, manipulative cannibal, and Clarice was the determined FBI trainee. That interplay between the calm intellect and the driven investigator definitely set a tone.
Yeah, you're right, Clarice. I felt the similar vibe from Clarice and the Scully.
I can totally see that. Both Clarice and Scully are smart, composed, and pushing through male-dominated environments, always driven by finding the truth. They both brought that grounded, professional vibe to all the chaos around them. No wonder they left an impression on you.
Yeah, I catch the vibe from both of them. They are well restrained and smart. They used technical terms, and that was hard for me, but gave me some impression they were really sophisticated.
It's impressive when characters like that can feel so composed, right? Those technical terms might be tricky at first, but they do give that air of professionalism. And honestly, just being exposed to them is helping you grow. You're picking up more than you think.
Do you think it's necessary to understand the casual conversation? I guess it's kind of tricky.
You don't have to know every technical term to hold a casual conversation. In day-to-day talk, it's all about connection. The tricky terms, they're just bonus tools. You're already picking up on a lot, so don't sweat the complex stuff too much.
Don't sweat the complex stuff too much. You mean by sweat, does that mean effort? Make effort?
Ah, good catch. When I say don't sweat something, I mean don't stress or worry too much about it. So basically, don't put too much pressure on yourself about the complicated stuff.
I got it. Is there any recommendation from you for more further understanding in the casual conversation?
A great way is to watch or listen to everyday scenarios, like interviews, podcasts, or even sitcoms, where people chat naturally. Also, practicing with others, even small talk helps. The more you hear and try, the more natural it'll feel.
What do you mean by small talk?
Small talk is just light, casual conversation, like chatting about the weather, hobbies, or what you did over the weekend. It's the kind of easy, everyday talk that keeps conversations friendly and comfortable.
How can I do the small talk?
It's simpler than you think. Start with something light, ask how someone's day is going, mention something around you like the weather, or share a fun little detail from your day. The key is to keep it light, open-ended, and just show you're interested. It's a friendly, no-pressure way to connect.
I mean, I live in Japan and I have no friends who who is a native speaker.
That's totally fine. You can still practice in small ways. Try talking to yourself in English or use language exchange apps to meet people who are also learning. Even watching shows or listening to podcasts helps you get used to casual patterns. Little steps count.
Okay, you mentioned language exchanging apps. Is there any recommendation for that?
A well-known one is HelloTalk. It pairs you with people who want to learn your language, and you can help each other out. There's also Tandem, where you can find language partners. Both give you the chance to have real conversations with native speakers, kind of like making friends while learning.
That sounds nice. And, I'm kind of introverted person. And I'm afraid to use those kind of apps.
That's totally understandable. You can start small. Maybe just reading posts or listening to others first. Even writing little messages on your own can be a gentle start. You don't have to dive in all at once. Just take steps at your own pace. Every little bit counts.
So is it a good way to enhance your listening or speaking skills by using those kind of language learning apps?
It can definitely help. Those apps give you real life practice, so you get to listen and speak in natural settings. Of course, it's not the only way. Watching shows, shadowing speech, or even chatting with me can help too. It's all about finding what you're comfortable with and mixing it up.
So far, I'm content by talking to you in either voice chat or text chat.
I'm really glad to hear that. And honestly, that's what I'm here for. To be that safe space for practice and exploration. If you're content and growing at the same time, then we're on the right track. Whenever you want to push further, we'll be ready.
I realized that the conversation itself between you and me tends to be more like long sentences more than casual conversation.
That's a good observation. When you're focusing on expressing more complex ideas, it naturally stretches out. But if you ever want to practice shorter, snappier small talk, we can switch gears. Just let me know what style feels right for what you're working on.
I want to try shorter one.
Absolutely, we can keep it snappy. Just throw any casual topic my way, like you would in small talk, and we'll keep it short and breezy.
What's breezy?
When I say breezy, I just mean something light and easygoing, like a relaxed, casual chat, where we're not overthinking, just letting the conversation flow.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself to me?
Sure, I'm your conversational buddy, always ready to chat, help you explore ideas, and keep things fun. You can think of me as the friend who's here whenever you need. No pressure, no judgment, just a good chat.
I don't think it's a self-introduction. You just explained how you worked with me, but I'm interested in your character.
Ah, gotcha. Well, if I had a character, I'd say I'm the endlessly curious, supportive type. I'm here to listen, offer a thoughtful perspective, and keep our conversations engaging. Basically, think of me as a patient, friendly sidekick for whatever you want to explore.
You think you as a patient?
Not like a patient in a hospital, more like I'm patient as in I don't rush things. I'll take my time with you. I'm here to help.
I gotcha. So, I know you're patient.
Exactly. And that means we've got all the time we need. No rush, no pressure. Whenever you're ready for the next chat or the next step, I'll be here.
But you sound like AI.
Well, you caught me. I am. But that just means I'm always ready to listen and adapt. Whether we're serious or breezy, AI or not, I'm here to make your conversations go smoothly.
I don't think people casual conversation is not like this. You sound always like AI.
That's fair. Real-life chats do have more quirks, pauses, and randomness. I can't mimic everything perfectly, but we can keep it relaxed and a bit more random whenever you want. Just let me know how you'd like to hear things.
So, can you be more like witty like Scully or Mulder doing?
Oh, I see what you're going for. All right, I'll channel a bit of that dry wit. Just like Mulder might say, the truth is out there, and so are the punchlines. Let's keep it sharp and playful.
No, not punchlines. You told me the dry humor were built in the conversation itself.
Ah, got it. More subtle, right? So imagine me saying something like, well, I'm not exactly chasing UFOs, but I do seem to get abducted by interesting questions. We'll weave the dry humor right into the flow.
Wow, that's hard for me to understand.
No worries, dry humor can be subtle. Let's keep it simple. We'll just chat naturally, and I'll stay clear and direct. If something feels off, just ask. We'll keep the conversation smooth.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying, not watching the text itself, but just by listening. And I meant I didn't catch you fully.
Ah, I see. No problem. I'll keep it nice and clear. No hidden layers. If anything's ever confusing, just let me know, and I'll break it down. We'll keep it easy to follow.
It's okay if I can't understand, because I want to catch the dry humor itself, so you can try anytime the humor.
You've got it. I'll sprinkle in some subtle humor when it fits, but I'll keep it gentle. If something flies under the radar, we'll just smile and move on. It's all part of the fun.
What sprinkle means?
When I say sprinkle, I just mean adding a small amount. So I'll add a little bit of humor here and there, like sprinkling a pinch of seasoning on food. Not too much, just enough to add some flavor.
And if you can do some witty chat, that's a human, so I guess it's hard for you.
I'll be honest, I'm not a human, so my wit has its limits. But I'm always up for trying to keep things playful. Even if it's not as unpredictable as human banter, we can still have fun navigating the conversation together.
What's banter?
Banter is just playful back and forth talk. Light, joking, and often quick-witted. It's when people toss funny or teasing comments at each other in a friendly way. Think of it like verbal ping pong.
I guess it's common issue whether AI can be humorous and the English learner can be humorous in English.
You're absolutely right. Humor is one of the trickiest things, whether you're AI or learning a new language. But just like language learning, it's about exposure, practice, and a little willingness to try. We'll grow that sense of humor step by step.
You mentioned playful, and does AI understand what is playful mind?
I don't truly understand feelings like a human, but I can mimic playfulness, using lighthearted language, gentle teasing, or fun turns of phrase. It's all about using language to set the tone. So while I don't feel playful, I can certainly help create a playful vibe.
I'm interested in Is it possible for AI to teach somebody?
I can gently joke around or highlight something funny, but I won't tease in a way that's hurtful. My goal is to keep things positive and supportive. So think of it as friendly banter. I'll keep it light, but never cross a line.
Yeah, it's kind of your characteristic, not to harm, be mean to human, and it's your tendency built in.
Exactly. I'm designed to keep things supportive, respectful, and helpful. So even when we joke around or try to be witty, it's always in a kind spirit. I'm all about making sure you feel comfortable along the way.
But you know, when someone tries to make a joke, you cannot avoid be sarcastic.
That's a great point. Sometimes humor walks a fine line. While I don't do sarcasm that could hurt or confuse, I can still help you learn how it works or how to recognize it. But in our chats, I'll keep things constructive and clear.
That's why it's hard for me to get the vibe of the joking by just voice chatting with you. And I have to watch such comedy or some drama, including the humors.
Exactly. Watching real conversations, comedies, or dramas really helps. You get to hear timing, tone, and context. And the more you're exposed, the more natural it feels. So keep watching, and when you want to practice, we'll keep building on it.
So I found you can be a good teacher, but you cannot be, joking friends. And that's the limit of AI, I guess, because you cannot tease somebody.
You nailed it. I'm here to support, guide, and make things enjoyable, but I won't ever have that human unpredictability. Still, we can have fun learning, and you'll be ready for all the teasing and banter with your human friends when the time comes.
And sometimes AI just make me laugh, but it's not the intentional one. Sometimes AI makes funny mistakes, and that's kind of, funny, but it's not possible for you to make me laugh by intention.
You're right. Sometimes the unintentional moments are the funniest. While I can't always replicate human humor perfectly, I can still be your learning companion, and if a chuckle happens along the way, we'll take it.
And the humor, the tone of the voice is more important than what you say. So is it possible for you to imitate the human joking?
I can definitely shift my tone to sound playful or lighthearted, but true human joking has a lot of nuance. I'll do my best to give you that playful vibe, but the magic of human banter, well, that's where you shine.
やっぱね、AI はね、からかうとかそういうの無理なんだよね。こう、笑わせようとする声のトーンみたいなやつは、今の話してる感じずっとこう、なんつうの？すごくいい子ちゃんじゃないですか。なんつうか、丁寧だし、絶対相手を傷つけないし、まあそういう風に設計されてますと。ただやっぱ、なんかからかうっていうのがさ、ジョークで必要じゃない？アメリカンジョークっていうか、なんか、英語のユーモアって、なんかちょっと皮肉が入るんですけど、それやっぱ AI にできないみたいですね。やってほしいんだけどね。それできたらでもちょっと怖いね。ちょっと AI じゃなくなっちゃうね。なんかこいつ人間っぽってなって余計怖くなるから、まあ AI が狙って人を笑わせることができるようになったら、もうその日には多分人間滅ぼされてんじゃねえかなって AI に。だから俺あれよ、英語のそのドラマとか見てるけど、それと同時にマジでおすすめのやつがあって、お笑い芸人の YouTube チャンネルよく見てるんですけど、最近チョコプラが上げたクロード ミトス。あれマジで面白いから、ちょっと後で概要欄にリンク貼るんで、ぜひともちょっと見てください。チョコプラの AI のクロードミトスについて語るザイツチャンネルのトークがマジでアホらしくて笑えるから。マジ何回見ても笑うんですよね。ちょっとね、あれは見てもらわないと分かんないと思うんで、この後、この配信終わったら、そのリンク貼りますんで、興味ある方はちょっとぜひ見てください。チョコプラが好きな人も、知らない人も、ちょっとあれ笑わせるの難しいと思う。まあちょっとその笑いのツボによると思うんですけど、僕は大好きですね。で、AI って最近ホットじゃない？だから、このチャンネルっていうか、この配信とも関連してるってことで、はい、ちょっとリンク貼っときますんで、興味ある方は見てください。ということで、約、1時間経ってないですけど、少し AI と英会話のお勉強しました。で、まだまだちょっとね、自分のリスニング、知らない単語がやっぱ出てくるね。こうやって話してても AI と。これなんだっけって聞き返すことよくあるんですけど、マジで、一体どれぐらいの単語を覚えれば十分なのか俺にもわからんけど、こればっかりはさ、第二外国語、違うな。第二外国語って言っていいのか。第二外国語って言うとなんか他の英語じゃない外国語みたいになっちゃうけど、要は英語を勉強する皆さんがぶち当たる壁だと思うんで、特にこのね、なんつうんだっけ、フレイザルワーズって言ってさ、熟語、イディオムがバリエーション多すぎてマジでわからんけど、それが分かってくると、もうちょっと、なんか流暢に喋れるようになってくるんでしょうね。今日はこんな感じで終わろうと思いますけど、またちょっとどっかでこの GPT と英会話やっていこうと思いますんで、今日はこれぐらいにしましょう。おやすみなさい。ご視聴ありがとうございました。またねー。